First, what we're going to do is talk about the operations with integers. It's basically going to just sum up to be proficient with the calculator. Then simplifying fractions using the multiplication chart and finding the greatest common factor. And then the basics of multiplying fractions. Multiplying mixed numbers will come in later. That's a pretty complex idea and it's going to take a lot of practice. Operations with integers would look like any addition or subtraction is just going to be straight up calculator. Whenever we get into multiplying and dividing, you look at same sign is a positive answer and different sign is a negative answer. Now, same sign would look like this. Positive 2 times 4, positive 4. Different signs would look like this. Negative 2 times a positive 4. Again, you can type those in your calculator and get the same result. But it does pay to know the rules that if you have the same signs positive, different sign negative. As far as using the multiplication chart, I'm going to go over 2 examples of what that looks like. This is a very foundational skill in utilizing a multiplication chart. You can find the GCF from this. The thing you want to focus on is finding the top number, the numerator. So I just kind of scroll back and forth until I find it. 21 and 28. You can find, once you find the 21, you just go down a column until you find the denominator. If you don't find it, then you might be running into a rare fraction that you're running into that is not necessarily on the multiplication table. And then we'll get into more complex ones as those come up. So all you got to do is follow it over to the left, and you get your reduced fraction, 3/4. This is the most basic version of this. And if you follow it up, the column that you found both of those in, 7, that's your greatest common factor. That's the largest number that fits into both 21 and 28. So just to do one more example and just give you a foundation of how this works. 18 over 30. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just scroll through here and just stop. Oh, there's 18. Went down the column and I'll see a 30. Let's find another 18. 18, 30. Cool. There's 18 over 30. Follow it over. 3/5. There's your simplified fraction. And then we find the column that we found it in, 6. That is your GCF. The greatest number that can fit into both 18 and 30 is 6. Once we start getting used to this and using this skill, it's going to come up often. Then we'll start getting into more complex ideas. That's the same thing with multiplying fractions. Once we get this skill down, we'll be able to look into more complex ideas like mixed to improper, improper to mixed. All you do with multiplying fractions is go straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 5 is 20. You could always check on your multiplication chart to see if that answer is the most simplified, if it's reduced as far as it can go. You're going to notice that you will not find 3 over 20 because it is simplified as far as it can go. So with these basic ideas, once we get these down, we can expand and go farther. Thank you.